All right, hi, my name's Sam Christensen. I work for Clean and Clear Pools, based out of Danville, California. I'm the serviceman here at the pool. I come here once a week, around 2 o'clock. So first things first, we're going to be showing you how to clean a filter today. For a safety precaution, we're going to go over to the control box and we're going to open that up and we're going to make sure that the breakers are off. Therefore, there's no power going to the filter. Therefore, you know, if the canister's open, it doesn't turn on, water sprays everywhere. It's just a safety precaution. Make sure that that doesn't turn on. So make sure that those are off, and then we can follow through to the next part. This is our sticker here. Yeah. All right, we're at the filter canister here. First things first, we want to see that the gauge reads 0 so that there's no built up pressure. That's another safety precaution. These things can be dangerous if there is pressure built up. That's why we turned off the power. So we're gonna open this up and you should be able to hear the air come in. That'll push all of the water down. And then after the water's down, we'll be able to open up the clamp here. So we'll open that up, and then we have to wait for a second until the water starts to get down below the clamp here. And you'll hear the air starts to get a little, starts to rush in less. That means that we can go ahead and undo this here. And you should get to a point where you'll be able to unscrew it with your hands. You want to make sure that when you take this off, you don't flip it around. The text is supposed to be readable here. Otherwise, you might strip the screw here and you have to buy a whole nother one. You don't want to do that. Okay, once we take this off, we're going to want to put the washer and the spring it looks like the washer doesn't want to come off. Somewhere where we won't lose them because they're important pieces, so we'll put them right over here on the heater. And then we'll open this up. And we'll put this over here. So this part right here is the seal, and we'll want to clean that because once we put the canister back on after we've cleaned these, it's important that we don't have any leaks. If you have any leaks on the seal, then you'll need to take it all apart and clean it, make sure that there's no leaks, or else throughout the swim season you'll lose water and you'll lose chemicals. The chemicals will be diluted because you'll be losing water. So we'll take that off. We'll put that over here to clean later. And this is the top. This secures the filters in place. There's something almost identical to this at the bottom, and that makes sure that the water that comes in through the filter pump is sucked in through the filter and not the top where there isn't any ability to catch algae and dirt. So we'll take that off. We'll put this to the side. And at this stage, you can then take these out and bring them over to the lawn. There's nothing wrong with cleaning these on the lawn. This is just a bunch of nutrients, really. So as long as that's concerned, take these out. And then, yeah, we can move on to the next stage. All right, so we are over near the lawn, somewhere where you can clean these away from the pool. Therefore, the material that we clean off doesn't end up back in the pool. These filters have really small holes, micron holes, that trap dirt and algae. And we don't want to use, let's say, a power hose or something with too much pressure that'll break down the fibers of the filter here. So we're going to start top to bottom. I just have a nozzle here that I got from Home Depot. And if we can get the water on, then put these over here. You can see it comes off pretty easily. Gently, top to bottom, side to side. It's okay if your filters are stained. That tends to happen. The normal filter life of these filters are about 5 years. Normally when you buy a new house, it's good to just buy new filters. They're around $100 for a set of 4. You buy them on Amazon. All right, so we have our clean filters here. We just washed them off. We have our seal that has also been washed off. We want to make sure that there is no grit or sand where the seal meets the canister here, or else there will be leaks, and that is what we want to avoid. So we'll give that a rinse down here, wipe that off. If you have seal lubricant, you can use that. It's generally recommended. As long as there is no grit, there shouldn't be any leaks. So we'll have that. We'll put this back on here. The filters, the tops of the filters have the labeling on them. We want to make sure that that is the right side up, or else there's can be complications with the pressure inside. We want all of the water to go through the filters and not through the tops or the bottoms. So we'll make sure that these are in place. We have our seal on. Make sure there's no grit. And then we can pick up the top of our filter canister.
The black.
Oh, yeah. Almost forgot a very key step here. The tops here. Take our filter canister. And this one is plastic, but some of them have fiberglass on the top. We want to make sure that we don't touch those fiberglass tops, or else they get very itchy. When putting this on, we want to orient the gauge somewhere where we can see it on a daily basis. So we'll turn this way. Make sure it's all equally on, all sides. Usually dirty filters will show over 20 PSI. Clean ones about 10. So we'll leave this open. We'll grab our clamp here and we'll make sure that this is on. Sometimes a good tap or two. And then we'll put the screw through this end. And then we'll get our spring and bolt here, which we have together. And we'll gently screw this on. And then you should get to a point where these 2 points come closer together. A hand tightening is good. You don't want to over tighten. But you don't want it too loose either. So usually about a 1/2 inch. Also, the spring should get to a point where they are touching. It has tension on it. As you can see, the points are coming together. As I said earlier, we want to make sure that this is left open, because when we turn our filter on, we want to purge all of the air that has accumulated in here, or else there will be a lot of pressure that builds up, and that's also another safety issue. So we're almost done screwing here. And just about one more, and I ran out of room, but that's perfect. There's barely any room between the clamps, so that'll just about do our cleaning here. The next step is to turn on the filter and purge the air out, and then as soon as water starts coming out, we want to close that up.